welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa, and I would just like to start out this video by saying every pregnancy is different. Every person is different. So everything in this video could apply to you, none of it could apply to you, anywhere in between can apply to you. I would also like to say Dexter is back here in his crib hanging out, playing with some toys. So if you hear anything weird, see anything weird, it's probably him. So in this video, we're going to talk about everything you can kind of expect in your first trimester. The first trimester is from 0 weeks to 12 weeks. That's months 1 through 3. In these videos, there's going to be 4 parts. You have what's going on with baby, what's going on with you, what you should be doing within this trimester, and then what I experienced. Because I feel like hearing it from like what actually happened versus what all these scientists are telling you are supposed to be happening makes it a lot more comforting. Firstly, congratulations! You're pregnant. You're gonna be a mom. I'd also like to mention that if you're having multiples, twins, triplets, whatever, all of these things are gonna happen differently for you, and I can't speak on that because I only had one. So if that's something you're looking for, still please watch the video. I'm sure I've got great information, but like I said, it's going to happen a little bit differently for you. With baby, by the time baby is about 4 weeks old, gestational age, not birth age, so just so you know that. When I say it's 4 weeks old, it's all gestational age. By 4 weeks, baby is about the size of a poppy seed, and that is tiny. I mean, think of an everything bagel, okay? Now think of the seeds on an everything bagel. That is your baby. Usually, they start at 4 weeks because usually you don't even know that you're pregnant. I didn't find out I was pregnant until I was about 7, almost 8 weeks pregnant. So by week 7, your baby is developing 100 brain cells a minute. A minute. That's insane to me. I mean, look at how long you've been watching this video. Times that by 100. That's how many brain cells your baby has just since you started watching this. That's insane. The heartbeat can be detected by the fetal Doppler. That is the tool that the doctor puts on your stomach to listen to the heartbeat. That's the fetal Doppler. By week 9, you can hear it. Before then, they usually can measure it in an ultrasound. All the organs, muscles, and bones are fully developed and there by week 12. So by week 12, which is the last week, you have a baby. It doesn't look like that tadpole alien worm thing anymore. It looks like a baby. And although the baby is starting to kick at this point, you most likely cannot feel it because the baby is still so small. At this point, at week 12, your baby is probably the size of a plum. So that's really it for baby. I'm leaving out tons of stuff for the first trimester, but like I said, it's all about development. They are making their organs, they're making their bones and their skin, and the heart is beating and the brain is processing everything, and it's making little eyes and little fingers and toes and all of that good stuff. It's developing all of the senses in the brain, but it's not developing the senses, if that makes sense. Basically, it's building a house but has no rooms yet, kind of thing. So what is going on the outside? What's going on with mom? Lots of things are going on with mom. By week 4, you're probably experiencing some mood swings and some slight cramping. This is usually when people go, I might be pregnant. If you haven't started your period and you're experiencing these, I suggest waiting a little bit longer because we all know mood swings and cramping are also signs of being on your period. That's why most people don't realize it until they're halfway through their first trimester that they're even pregnant. By week 6, you're probably experiencing some morning sickness, food cravings, and avoidances are also week 6, week 7. Now, with morning sickness, it does not have to happen in the morning. Mine started in the morning, and the afternoon, and the evening, and the night, and in my sleep. and then back in the morning. I had morning sickness all the time. Morning sickness, it's just sickness. You're very nauseous. Then it comes in your food cravings and your food avoidances. With those, just remember to be careful with those. You don't want to be craving chocolate chip cookies and then just eating chocolate chip cookies for every meal of the day. Like I said, there's also food avoidances where you may smell something and be like, nope, dude, get that away from me. I do not want it. Weeks 8, 9, and 10, you're probably experiencing some constipation, bloating, heartburn, indigestion. You probably have a frequent need to pee and your boobs are starting to get sore. So with that, what can you do? You can talk to your doctor. Always check with your doctor before you take any kinds of medications. I will say something that really helped me, and my doctor okayed it. Make sure you talk to your doctor. I cannot stress that enough. Talk to your doctor before taking any medication. But something that really worked with me was Tums. I ate Tums like they were candy. For this sore breasts, there's really nothing you can do. It's your breasts growing to not only get them ready to hold milk, but also they are growing because of all of the hormones you have in your body that are helping baby grow. And the need to pee is because you've got another person in there pushing on your bladder. So you're going to have to pee because now your bladder is getting smushed, making it smaller, and it sucks. Thanks, baby. By week 12, you're probably going to be able to expect some vaginal discharge. It's probably very small, clear, just rather annoying, honestly. If you want, you can stick a panty liner in there and it'll be fine. I didn't have much and I didn't protect against anything. I just wore my period underwear, because they were more comfortable. You're probably noticing some drops in your blood sugar and some dehydration. I cannot stress enough to eat healthy and drink plenty of water. This will help combat both of those symptoms and it'll help baby tremendously. I don't want to offend anybody, but if you are rather thin and not a bigger woman, then you can probably start to see a little baby bump, which isn't 100% baby. It's probably about 80% bloating and making room for baby, but you can probably start to see a little bit of a baby bump by week 12 if you were rather thin before pregnancy. If you were a larger girl, don't get worried. Your baby bump is coming, just not yet. So, what can you do? I cannot stress enough how important it is at this stage to drink lots of water. And I'm talking 16 glasses of water at least in a day. If you see, I have a little arm right here. Are you stuck? For a normal person, drinking 8 glasses of water a day is about normal. For a pregnant woman, you need to like double and triple that. You drink all the water you can get your hands on. I didn't, and because I wasn't allowed it at work for the longest time because I couldn't get a doctor's note for it. Exercise is another very important thing. Because you're not experiencing a lot of pain symptoms yet, and baby is very protected inside your pelvis until about 20 weeks. So in this first trimester, I suggest exercise. Keep yourself in good shape, go on plenty of walks, don't be extraneous. But again, talk to your doctor about what exercise you can do and what you can't do. I know before... You alright? Do you want to come hang out? I know before pregnancy, I was lifting and carrying anywhere from 50 to 100 pounds at work, and my doctor was like, you're fine, keep going, have at it, do whatever you like, you're fine. But I know for people that have never lifted 50 pounds, they're probably like, look, don't try and go that much, keep doing what you're doing, but nothing more than that. In that may feel more obvious to some people is actually not as obvious to others, and that is cutting out alcohol, tobacco, and limiting your caffeine intake. I cannot even tell you how many times I was told, have a glass of wine, it's okay for the baby. I'm sure 1 glass of wine every now and again is probably fine. But as a mom, why would you want to take that risk? So cut out alcohol, cut out tobacco. There's no reason to put your baby in danger like that. It's 9 months, 10 months. You can last. You do not necessarily have to cut out caffeine 100%. However, if you are drinking 10 Monsters or an entire pot of coffee in a day, it's time to cut back. You know, 1, maybe 2 cups of coffee a day. Probably cut out the Monster because those aren't good for you to begin with. And if you're getting that Trente coffee at Starbucks, try for a grande, maybe. Not even a venti, a grande. Like, cut back. It's time. A couple of other things that go hand in hand with that is eating healthy and your oral hygiene. Eating healthy is really important because you need baby to get everything that it needs to grow. The oral hygiene aspect of it is because of all that morning sickness. You're bringing up all that acid from your stomach and sitting in your mouth and in your throat and everything, so you need to brush and keep it all clean in there. Finally, something that you really should work on at this point is sleep. Sleep is important because later you're not going to get it. Do not sleep all day because it's actually going to make you depressed and make you harder to eat for yourself and take care of yourself, which in turn means you're not taking care of your baby that's inside of you. Depression does not directly affect baby. The effects of depression affect baby. So what do I mean by that? Again, if I am depressed, usually I don't eat properly or at all. I also don't sleep well. If I'm not eating everything that I need to keep myself alive, that means baby isn't getting the nutrients baby needs to keep itself alive. Therefore, depression doesn't affect baby. Effects of depression affect baby. What about my pregnancy? Like I said earlier, I had morning sickness all the time. All the time. I very rarely threw up. I only threw up in the mornings, actually, which actually caused me to have very poor dental hygiene because I was throwing up after I brushed my teeth. And so remember how I was talking about those food avoidances? I actually had a peppermint and mint avoidance because of my toothpaste. It made me sick. It gave me a headache. I wanted to throw up. All of that. And that's because I would brush my teeth and then immediately throw up. And because I was doing that in the beginning, it turned me away from my toothpaste, which made me not want to brush my teeth. So I still brushed my teeth. I'm not saying I didn't brush my teeth, but I would use water to brush them first. And that would trick my brain into, I'm going to throw up. And I would have my morning sickness, and then I would brush my teeth for real, which I never threw up after that because I had already did that. Morning sickness throughout the day was just basically nausea. I just constantly felt sick no matter how many crackers I ate or Gatorades I drank. I always felt very, very nauseous. Like I said, I ate Tums like they were candy because of it, because it gave along with the morning sickness, I had really bad heartburn and acid reflux from it. So with all of that being said, again, congratulations on your pregnancy. You're gonna be a mom. If there's any questions you have, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. If you want to ask anonymously, go ahead and message me. I will leave my email into the description below if that's just something that you would like to do, and I will get back to those as soon as I possibly can. Please leave a like, subscribe if you'd like to, and I will post a video next week.